What sin does. Sin separates us from God. Sin disconnect us from God. Sin develop into death. Romans 6 verse 23, the Bible says that the wages of sin is death. When Adam and Eve in Genesis 3, when they sinned, verse 24, they were kicked out of the garden. So they were kicked out of the presence of God. Sin made them to hide. When they ate the fruit, they had to hide. So sin makes us to hide from God. The Bible said that we are fallen short from the glory of God because of sin. So sin makes people to be losers. They lost their place. The Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, they lost their place because of sin. Cain lost the brother because of sin. He had to kill the brother. So sin made him to lose his brother. What sin does? Sin does a lot of things. Samson had power because of sin. The Lord walked away from him and he became a useless person. They played with his life like a toy. So sin makes some people to lose their things. Sin makes some people to be in trouble. As Saul was approaching Damascus, because of sin, God blinded him for 3 days. So this is what sin does. The position you have, you can lose it. King Saul was told to kill everybody, including the king Agag. But because he could not, because of sin, he was told that the kingdom has been taken from you. Though he was ruling, he was not the one, he was not the king. David was the king on the other side. Sin. Ananias and Sapphira, they died in the church, in the presence of God because of sin. So you can die because of sin. We should not continue sinning. The Bible said that those who live, in 1 John, those who live in sin, those who continue living in sin, they are not children of God. 1 John 5 verse 3, the Bible said that to love God is to obey his command. And this command are not tough for us. So sin made a lot of people to die. Sin made a lot of people to be separated from God. Stop sinning anyhow. Stop sinning anyhow. Genesis 6, when people began to increase on earth, sin was all over. And therefore God reduced the years of people. He said, my spirit shall not remain on man forever. His years shall be 120 years. Why? Because of sin. The lost son went. And when he came back to his senses, he perceived that he has sinned before heaven and his father. So sin made him to be blocked. He had no money. He began to eat what the pigs were eating. The story of a rich man and Lazarus. That rich man, because of sin, he could not help Lazarus. When he died, he went to hell. So stop sinning. The wages of sin is death. Stop sinning, brothers. God bless.